got some cars in front of him. Red light right through there. And continuing on, I'm going to zoom out and show you that there's just no one behind him, no CHP, no LAPD, but there is an airship overhead that's tracking him at this point. Again, a very dangerous pursuit at high rates of speed. You can see how he nearly missed some vehicles that are getting off the freeway.
Yeah, Gil, a much different ball game from the freeways now onto surface streets.
Oh, definitely. Now, we have to be concerned with foot traffic out here. And, as well as the traffic that's out here. Look at that. Oh, just nearly hitting that car. There's two people on bikes there at the bottom of this screen there. So that's what we're dealing with. People out here enjoying their Easter Sunday, and this guy's coming through like gangbusters on the road.
It really is. It's a family-friendly area right there. A lot of businesses, people out doing things, especially on this Easter holiday. And you said an airship is overhead following him, as they usually do in these pursuits. And you have to imagine they are really ramping up their efforts right now to bring this to an end, because it has just gotten all the more dangerous with him cutting right across that grassy area. People could be out. We've seen a few people out. Gil, what speeds is he doing right now in this residential area, would you estimate?
Speed's looking around 60, Kathy. And again, so dangerous. You can see as he travels there. We'll try to get you the name of the street here in just a second, but just really pushing the speed right there, maybe even higher than 60, 65, 70 maybe. And then continuing here, Calabasas Road is still Calabasas Road eastbound, and he's almost hitting a couple vehicles. We're hearing the air unit calling this chase, and you can hear the intensity in the officer's voice as he calls it, saying that this guy seems like he's trying to hit other vehicles that are coming head on to him. So a very dangerous situation. There he is behind some trees, goes the wrong side of the road, and continues on here. And we'll continue following him. But again, no units really behind him other than that airship calling it.
Yeah, Gil, it looks as if he went from sort of a mall area. I believe the Commons is along Parkway Calabasas. Now he's in a more residential area. Can you pinpoint your location for us?
Yeah, it's still. I'm still trying to get that. Hold on one second. He's got some traffic here, and it's a little hard to see because of those trees. We're going to try to get around.
That area can get kind of confusing too if you travel around there. It can be a little confusing street to street. But again, he's still with those speeds. And one thing we're seeing that's different from some other chases, you see. People who are trying to get away, sometimes they still obey the traffic laws, but this person not at all, just racing around these streets. You see patrol units right behind him now as we continue. This all starting in the San Fernando area. Mission police calling this one in. This is a carjacking suspect in a pickup truck. We don't know how many people involved here, but one for sure inside driving this vehicle right now at high rates of speed.
We saw a number of hits there on the freeway as he was making his way from the fast lane over to the slow lane, exited the 101 freeway, got on Parkway Calabasas, now making his way at a high rate of speed down some residential neighborhoods. All right, Gil, do you have a locator here for us yet?
Yeah, he's now on Shoup, northbound on Shoup, continuing away from the 101 freeway northbound. And this is going to be Canoga Park area, continuing northbound here on Shoup. You can see him just riding the center lines there and nearly hitting other vehicles. Again, he slowed down a little bit, but you can see as soon as he passes a car, he just accelerates and continues on. Now, as you noticed, there are units now behind this vehicle, and they're going to stay on him now and continue this pursuit. You can see the officers there. Officers have a difficult time with pursuits at these rates of speed. They have to clear those intersections and be very careful for themselves and other cars. So they have to slow down and then speed up to catch up. So again, this pursuit is continuing on Shoup here northbound.
All right, as we stay with the live picture, we want to bring in some video earlier of one of the close calls that we saw here, this erratic driving from this driver desperate to get away, and right there through the greenery and back on the road. That was a dramatic move on his part and really ramped up this chase for authorities, Gil.
Oh, yeah. I really thought he was going to hit a tree or something when he came off that freeway. But luckily, for his sake, he didn't. But continuing on here, using that center median there, center divider going on the wrong side of the road a couple times. There you go. You can see right there in that turn pocket for the southbound side of Shoup. But continuing on, passing Sherman Way now. So this is, I guess, you can call this Canoga Park or West Hills. But continuing on here, northbound. Again, this pursuit starting in the Mission Division and heading out on the 118 westbound. Made a loop. Look at that, right through a red light there. Close call, but again, continuing on and got on that 101, hit that traffic, and now here on the west side of the valley, continuing on.
This guy's driving fueled by desperation here from the freeways now onto surface streets, making his way from Calabasas down Shoup into the Canoga Park area, passing Sherman Way. But believe there's just one person inside of that vehicle. This is a carjacking suspect that the police are in pursuit of right now. Again, likely in the Canoga Park area, if I'm not mistaken, correct? Gil?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My pilot was talking to me. Say it one more time.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure we're still in the Canoga Park area.
We are continuing on now. He's going to have to make a decision here up ahead. He's got moving into a more residential area, and he's going to have to decide which way to go shortly. But fortunately, he slowed down. But there are speed bumps, and I can tell you, I was zooming in trying to get a look at the driver. You can see the damage that he's done to this vehicle from hitting those cars on the freeway here. Now we're going westbound on Chase, now going into a neighborhood. This is trying to get a street for you here.
All right, Gil, we'll let you try to get the street. We can tell you from our assignment desk, we understand from authorities that this person is not believed to be armed. However, any law enforcement officer will tell you a vehicle can be used as a deadly weapon. So, of course, all those close calls he had, they're tallying up the charges against him right now just for the erratic driving and nothing else.
Oh, for sure. Look at this T intersection there, made a right turn and continuing through this neighborhood, a very quiet neighborhood, right through that intersection there and continuing southbound back towards the 101. But in this neighborhood, you can see there's speed bumps here. That's kind of controlling his speeds. That's a good thing. But again, there are a lot of people out on the streets enjoying their Easter, and this guy comes barreling through their neighborhood.
And that's sort of the scary part here, Gil, because kids are on spring break right now as we speak. Folks are visiting for Easter celebrations. It's still daylight outside. The weather is mild. Every reason for folks to be out right now. So, again, luckily they're not. But, again, a very precarious situation for folks.
Oh, for sure. Now let me zoom out here. You can see some people there right on the corner,
there we go,
not knowing what's going on, and here this crazy guy driving right by him. But again, I'm zooming out to show you that if there's any police behind him. They really are letting this the area unit call that, ran that red light, coming right in front of that poor person driving there, but continuing again through this neighborhood southbound at a high rate of speed. Let's see, he's probably going to pass this guy.
Yeah, no regard for those streets that he crosses, just right through the intersection. Not even stopping or slowing down to see what might be coming his way.
Yeah, no, definitely. This is Runnymede Street here in the neighborhood. So continuing on, it seems like maybe he's not sure where he's at or not sure, what streets to take. It's kind of hard to say, what this guy's thinking here as he continues driving at high rates of speed. But again, you saw those people. Oh, look at that! Right through that intersection, a stop sign blew right through Santa Coy there, northbound.
Yeah, really heart-stopping when he does that. Really heart-stopping when he does that because you don't know who might be coming, and he's taking a huge chance himself as well. Sometimes when we see them circling around, we talk about how they might be going back to a place they know, but sometimes when they circle around, what they're looking for is a place to slow down and bail out.
Yeah, a lot of times we see the pursuits end up in neighborhoods where the suspect knows. The suspect is familiar. Maybe it's his home, maybe a neighborhood that he's familiar with. We're not sure exactly what the deal is with this suspect, though. Coming out, stealing the car out of the Mission Division, and then ending up here on the west end of the valley. But so let's see here. He's got. Go ahead, Michael.
No, I was going to say. So the airship is overhead. Units have pulled back.
Units have pulled back because of speed and because he's making so many turns left and right. It's really hard for the units to get into position. Again, you can see those speeds here traveling, 40, 50 miles an hour in the neighborhood, and that makes it difficult for those units to get behind him. But what they'll end up doing is coming out on a major street. Now, I'm hearing now that he's in a cul-de-sac. Look at this. It might come to an end here. Let's see. He's going right into it. He might be jumping the curb.
Or what he did earlier, that he could go in any direction.
Yeah. Now, Kathy, the good thing for the suspect, anyways, he doesn't really have those officers behind him to, take him out. But look at this; he's going to go I thought maybe he was going to jump this person's lawn here. And yeah, he might do it. There he goes. He's going to go right over the grass. And continuing, those units are closing in on him, by the way, about 2 blocks out. So now he jumped that curb. Luckily, he didn't have a fence there. And there's a unit making a U-turn there to get behind it and engage this guy in this pursuit. Again, going right through that intersection northbound here. We'll try to get you a Shoop. This is back on Shoop again. So he's made a loop around here on those speed bumps, slowing him down. But now the unit's behind him, and they'll be able to track this better.
I think that slow movement he did where he was just kind of backing up and then went over the grass is our best indicator that he really doesn't know or have a plan where he's going right now, it doesn't seem. He's looping around in circles.
Yeah, definitely. That seems to be the case here. Now let's see what he ends up doing. If he ends up getting down into another cul-de-sac or not. This is Michael Street from Shoop, westbound Michael from Shoop. I'm sorry, eastbound, I should say. And continuing here, let's see. Yeah, he looks like he gets to these streets and goes, which way do I go?
Right. Just driving in circles. Now, as you said, this is okay for officers. They can track him in the airship. They don't have to be directly behind him. As long as they have air support above them, they're not going to lose this driver, hopefully. And if not, they'll just be driving in circles. So it seems like a good game plan to hold back.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Now, the concern is, with the units, if they're not right on this guy, he could get into someone's house. That's the concern if he jumps out and runs. But right now, it looks like we got at least one unit behind this guy, and he's keeping track of him, keeping eyes on him. Luckily, he's slowed down here quite a bit and making these turns, trying to probably figure out, where am I?
Well, the thing is that, you have the airship overhead. If you see units pull back, I mean, the mentality you would think would be, okay, I'm in the clear here. I can get away with this. Perhaps reducing the speeds, perhaps bailing the vehicle, but not in this guy's case. Not at all.
Right, exactly. And look at this. He's, now he's slowing down. Now, the interesting thing here is they could do a pit maneuver here as long as it's safe for the public and other vehicles. They very well could do a pit maneuver here. We might see that momentarily.
Gil, do they have the support? How many patrol cars are behind him?
Yeah, well, I saw at least, we have at least 2 here. Let me zoom out and see if there's more. No, just the 2 units, but I can tell you that there's other units in the area for sure. They're trying to get into a better position. But you can see how much this pursuit has changed as far as speed. He's really slowed down here, so it makes you wonder if there's enough gas in there or not. I can tell you, I can tell you getting him. I'm sorry.
This is a good spot. Like they might pit him. You're right. Right now, it could happen.
Yeah, here it goes. There it is. Nope, almost got him, but continuing on there. Might do it again here. Here we go. Pit maneuver.
Good street for it. A lot of room. Now, this is a really dangerous situation. You have just those 2 officers in front of him. He's getting out of the truck right now, or the door is open at least.
It's still moving, though.
Yeah, this is very dangerous for those officers. Very dangerous for those officers as this guy tries to get the car back in motion, and you can see their arm. He's coming out with his hands up, and
she's coming out.
Is that a woman?
It looks like it might be.
Oh, look at that. She's trying to carjack the police officer's car. Unbelievable. Slamming her to the ground. It is over at this point, but it's a female driver trying to carjack the officer's vehicle. Unbelievable. What nerve.
That was certainly a twist. Gil, can you get us a locator as to where this all came to an end when you get a chance? Very dramatic moments here.
Let me see if I can get that for you a little better here. It's on a small surface street here in a neighborhood, and I'll try to get that for you in just a second. But
all right, as we look at those officers, 6 officers right there on the scene, and that was extremely incredible when we saw that woman get out of the truck, and we assumed it was all going to be over at that point, and then she makes a run. It almost looked like she was running toward the officers, but then gets into the car, at least tries to.
And with all of their attention there on the female there, it leads us to believe that there's no one else inside of that brown truck that they were in pursuit of.
Chopper, the IFD's breaking up a little bit. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know if you can still hear me, but she was resisting there, and they had to really, take her, use some force there, get her into custody. But they have her handcuffed. Its pursuit is over, but very dramatic end here as she tries to carjack that vehicle, and officers have her detained. It looks like she was the only person in the vehicle. Again, we were hearing that this truck was taken by force.
All right, so all of that happening in the Mission Division. They're the ones who called that in and started with this pursuit into Simi Valley on the 118, then to the 101, heading north into Calabasas, and then we saw her go right by the Commons and in all those residential areas where people were out. Yeah,
you see here on the left of your screen that close call. They're off the freeway, jumped a little island there as she made her way onto surface streets, again through from Simi Valley to Calabasas into Canoga Park. And now, again, under arrest. This female, after a pit maneuver and attempted to get inside the police SUV, she was taken on by those officers there on scene.
Yeah, facing charges now, not only of the carjacking attempt, but also of causing near wrecks everywhere she went along this chase. Of course, we will have the very latest tonight on the Channel 4 News at 11 and a full wrap-up as we continue to follow police pursuits for you.